now introduce Austin Perez to the sports team, and he joins us with tonight's headlines.
Thanks, Olivia. Tonight in sports, the Chicago Cubs are just 2 wins away from home field advantage in the NL wildcard. But first, it's finally here. The annual Coles County Clash is tonight, and we'll take a look at the matchup next. Thanks for watching. Your WEIU Sports Watch Report is coming up next.
Hi, I'm Everett Lau, an Eastern Illinois University graduate from the class of 2021. As an Edgar County farm kid, I grew up with a childhood dream of becoming a broadcast meteorologist. I spent a lot of time in the WEIU studio during my 4 years in college, and that's how I got to this studio, WTHI TV in Terre Haute, Indiana. WEIU prepared me for long nights of tracking thunderstorms, fine-tuning details of approaching winter storms, and how to be a broadcaster in general, whether it was weather, news, or even sports. I needed WEIU to achieve my dream, and now WEIU needs me and you to help carry out its mission of setting up students for success. Please consider making a financial gift to support WEIU so the station and its dedicated staff can continue operating this outstanding training ground for aspiring broadcasters, journalists, and scientists. Your gift can allow local students like me provide local programming for our local communities. Learn more at weiu.net or by calling the station. Thanks for watching.
We start tonight with the annual Coles County Clash, where Mattoon football takes on Charleston at O'Brien Field. The Green Wave head into this matchup at 1-3, while the Trojans are still looking to get their first win on the season. Last year, Mattoon won 20-17. Charleston will be looking towards Traylon Couch, who ran for 264 yards in last week's loss to Effingham. This isn't Couch's first time playing in the Clash, as last year he had 90 yards and a touchdown on the ground. The Green Wave will hope for a big game from running back Braden Daly, who leads the team in rushing yards with 304 this season. Kickoff is just an hour away, and Sports Watch will have the full recap on Monday. Let's now take a look at some other high school football games in the area. KZ Westfield will look to stay undefeated as they travel to Lawrenceville tomorrow at 1. The Warriors are ranked 10th in Class 1A. And as for games happening tonight, Paris will be on the road taking on Mount Carmel. Effingham is at home against Taylorville, and Mount Zion heads to Mahomet Seymour. After the New York Mets took down the Cubs last night, the St. Louis Cardinals were officially eliminated from playoff contention. Chicago still needs to win 2 more games to secure the 4th seed, but will the Cards play spoiler? Well, that answer is definitive no, as the Chicago's offense explodes for 12 runs in a lopsided victory for the Cubs. Pete Crow-Armstrong becomes the 6th player this season to record 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases after a 2-run blast in the 4th inning. The highlight of the night belongs to Seiya Suzuki, who crushed a 392-foot grand slam in the 8th for his 30th homer on the campaign. The squad duel again tomorrow at 1. Now to last night's action, the Chicago White Sox may be out of the playoff race, but they're looking to dash the New York Yankees' hopes of winning the AL East. Michael Taylor continues to impress at age 34 for the Sox as he blasts this ball right to right field to give Chicago a 3-1 lead in the 4th. Down 2 with the bases loaded in the 5th, Giancarlo Stanton rips this one to left field, and the base is clear, putting the Yankees out in front. Austin Wells seals the deal for New York in the 7th as this RBI double splits through the Chicago defense, and the Yankees win 5-3. An interesting moment from this game. Chicago White Sox reliever Tyler Gilbert had his glove removed by the umpires for supposedly having sticky stuff on his glove. Gilbert was allowed to stay in the game, but had to finish his mound appearance with a different glove. Week 4 of the NFL season is just around the corner, and let's preview some of these matchups. After a dominant win over the Cowboys, the Chicago Bears travel to Las Vegas to take on Geno Smith and the Raiders, with Caleb Williams looking to build off his 4-touchdown performance from Week 3. The surprise story of the 2025 campaign so far has been the Indianapolis Colts, who enter this weekend's marquee matchup against the LA Rams undefeated. Daniel Jones is off to a historic start to the campaign as he became the first quarterback ever to throw and run for 3 touchdowns without turning the ball over across the first 3 games. After months of excitement and anticipation, Eastern Illinois volleyball will open home play in the brand new Gardella Family Court tonight. The 6-4 Panthers will also open OVC play with a 2-game series against the 4-4 Lindenwood Lions. This will be the first home game under Eastern head coach and former Olympic gold medalist Ryan Millar. Game 1 gets underway right after Newswatch, while Game 2 begins tomorrow at 4. Before Game 2, a ceremony will be held to recognize the Gardella family's donation to the volleyball program. And finally tonight, Illinois women's soccer faces a big test as 18th ranked Penn State comes to town. Nittany Lions forward Aubrey Koopa scores early to give Penn State the lead, but Illinois' Sydney Stevens answers in the 13th minute to keep this game tied. The Big Ten rivals go back and forth all night, and with 7 minutes to go, the game is still tied at 3. But in the 84th minute, Illini sophomore Emma Yee nets a remarkable goal, and U of I pulls off the upset. Illinois now has 9 wins across its first 11 games, and they're back in action Sunday for a home showdown with 23rd ranked Ohio State. As for the Eastern Illinois women's team, they also had a strong showing yesterday, with one player shining the brightest. Alex Teta scored 4 times in the victory over Western Illinois, and they now move to 5-4-2 on the year. And that's all for sports. Olivia, Matt, back to you.